Well, I'm Father Jerry. We're continuing this project of interviewing the founding families of Church of the Resurrection. May I have your names?
Susan.
Dan.
Nettler.
When did you join the parish?
1983, I think.
How were you informed about the new parish starting?
That was a strange question. I'm not sure if we can pinpoint the exact references to how we found out about it. We were north of Morse Road, so I think that sort of put us to the north side versus St. Matthew's. And that might have been how we came about it.
Yeah, Morse Road is the boundary between the two parishes.
Mm-hmm.
And your residence, as I recall, was the northeast corner of Morse Road and Cherry Bottom Road.
Correct.
Yes.
All right, so you were like in the southwestern boundary of the parish.
Mm-hmm.
And were you given a letter indicating the parish was starting and this is the address for worship?
I don't recall receiving
No, I
that.
think it started right before we moved to the area, and then we had a new infant to be baptized.
Well, when did you move to that location?
82.
1982, but I don't think we got any information at that time.
Okay, because the parish didn't start until 83.
Right,
Right.
So, and Morse Road was how many lanes?
Two
Two.
very slow and congested lanes.
There was no Easton.
there was no east.
Was it limited?
Yes, that
Warehouse
the
or
limited
whatever
warehouse was
complex
there, but there was a barn at Morse and Hamilton.
Okay,
That
all
was-
right.
And that was all farmland. There was a lot of corn around there.
Okay. So you got the invitation, or you got the letter regarding to a new parish starting, and then you found your way to the Lions Club up on Reynoldsburg, or New Albany Conduit Road and Central College Road.
We never attended in the Lions Club.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we started when in the Minister Center. What is
Okay.
now the Minister Center.
So the 2-year gap?
We're St. Pius, where my family was,
Okay.
which is where Catherine was baptized.
Did you ever worship down in St. Matthew then, because of your location?
No.
Okay.
We did.
So were you here for the dedication of what we now call the Ministry Center, or not?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so. I
I
think
think it was
we-
just after that time frame.
When you officially joined?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. I thought just because of your geographical residential location that it would have been automatic and you would have gotten this letter here. Where's the location of the facility, so.
She was working at the time, working weekends.
Yes.
So I think sometimes I even went up to, we went to church at the hospital upon
Yeah.
occasion, and Newman Center upon occasion,
Okay.
and St. Pius where my family was.
When you decided to join after the Ministry Center, the first church was dedicated, etc., were you welcomed? Did you get involved with things automatically or not?
Yeah, right away. It was. I think I've been ushering and greeting since the day I stepped foot in the door 40 years ago.
Okay.
Everyone was very nice, and we had our second child, Jessica, was just born, and she was probably one of the first baptized in the new ministry center.
Okay.
And people brought us food, and all these. And, we were brand new, but there was a ministry that provided meals for new parents, and
Oh, wow.
and it was very, very welcoming, very nice.
Were you asked to make a financial pledge to pay off the mortgage on the new facility at that time?
I'm going to have to. I don't recall specifically.
I don't recall. I know we had that when we had other pledges that came along that you were involved with.
I'm sorry, what was that?
That you were involved, other pledges that you were involved with, the newer church and all that type of thing. But I don't remember. They probably thought we were too young and poor.
And you were, right?
We were.
Well, during my term here in '96, we broke ground for what we call the Parish Social Learning Center, which is now the classrooms on the north side of the original church. So, and I presume you pledged for that, etc. So.
I think we did. Yes. Yeah.
And any other ministries you've been involved with?
Well, I did ushering and EOM and altar server training.
Okay.
Were the three that I was in mostly. Knights of Columbus and things like that. I'm not sure if you had nothing formal,
Nothing formal.
Because with you working weekends, it sort of took you out of the loop.
Yeah, the kids got involved, right? The girls.
Very much so. They were altar servers.
That's right.
And I think Jessica might have been one of the youngest EOMs. She
Okay.
petitioned for it.
When did Catherine join the choir?
Shortly after this church, she was not in the choir in the older church.
Oh, okay.
So she was in this church, I think. Yeah, it was in this church.
I think it was after college.
Yeah, after college.
Okay.
Yeah, she liked this church a lot better than the Newman Center, really. She liked the warmth and the people and the choir and everything. So when she was away at Ohio State, she still came back here.
Okay.
She grew up with the people here in the church.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we'll often talk about this with the kids. I said the people here treated our girls as though they were just family members. Going back to the generational difference between the ages, they didn't talk to the kids as children. They talked to them as young adults and expected those types of answers in return. And hence they grew up knowing that's how you communicated and dealt with others.
Okay.
And the Goodriches, the Peters, and
okay.
that gang of people. And it was always just one-on-one, and they would talk with them after Mass, and that was just a larger part of the family.
Now, I'm sure there were times when people thought that you were a widower or a
Yes.
single father because
Yes.
your wife was working
Yeah.
weekends at the hospital.
And all of a sudden I had 2 kids, and somehow I came up with 2 kids.
Any view, observation related to where the parish is today?
Just more of the same. It's just, it hasn't outgrown its small size attitude, even with the larger venue, in my view. It's still what you can get one-on-one conversations with people, and it's just a larger group. You have more one-on-one friends with this, and it's just a bigger version of the same thing, kind of.
That's great.
Yeah, it
That's
really
great.
is.
So, thank you for your time and talent and treasure and supporting the parish.
Yeah.
So,
It's been our pleasure to do so.
appreciate it. So,
We can see everything's continued, and I think knowing the number of seminarians we're producing and deacons, I think you can see from the very beginning to now that, that getting people involved and getting people to want to continue the mission of the church is really important. And I think you can see that with the younger people that are getting involved in ministry.
did you feel comfortable even though you were working most weekends and people probably didn't know who you
Well,
were?
that's very true. They go, "We've heard a lot about you."
Okay.
But it was helpful for our family, so I could be home Monday through Friday, and
Sure.
and I could be involved a lot at St. Matthew's when our children were at St. Matthew's and DeSales.
Okay.
So it worked great for us.
Good. So, well, thank you for your time.
Pleasure being here.